Hello friends and good morning. Thank you very much for the response for the past videos that you are giving, and I am very much happy that I am getting a positive response to my YouTube channel Structural Analysis. So today we shall start with our new session and new problem, one continuous beam, and we will solve this beam using stiffness matrix method. So as you can see, it is a two-span continuous beam. Span AB is subjected to 50 kN point load, which is centrally placed, and beam BC, it is a combination of two loads. One is UDL throughout of 20 kN per meter, and another is central point load of 100 kN. I values are different for both the spans. AB is having one I, BC span is having 2I value. Total span 8 meter for AB, 10 meter for BC. So let us start with the solution. So our very first step will be, as always, determining kinematic indeterminacy, and this is as usual 2 because there is nothing different. And again we will take our usual unknowns theta B and theta C. So you will find that even though there is a little bit complicated loading on the beam, you will observe that the steps will not be anything different and it will be simple and easy to understand. So let delta 1 is theta B and delta 2 is theta C. Yes. So this is our step number 1. What will be step number 2? Finding out fixed end moments. So how to get fixed end moments? Simple. Span AB is subjected to central point load, so minus WL by 8 and plus WL by 8. So minus 50 into 8 upon 8. So it is minus 50 kilonewton meter. MFBA, it will be plus 50 kilonewton meter. So these are two fixed end moment values. Then span BC, it is subjected to two loads. One is central point load, so minus 100 into 10 upon 8. 10 upon 10 plus minus 20 into 10 square upon 12 minus WL square by 12. So let us see. So first term is minus 100, second term minus 20 into 10 square upon 12. So it is minus 266.67. Minus 266.67 kilonewton meter. Then MFCB, it will be plus 266.67 kilonewton meter. Okay. There is one mistake. This is minus WL by 8 and not plus WL by 8. So let us check again. So it is minus 1000 upon 8 minus 20 into 10 square by 12. So this will be different and not 266. I think it will be 291. Yes, minus 291.67. So let us make these two changes. 291.67. Okay. So we have rectified our mistake and we have finished with second step. Now what will be step 3? Sum of fixed end moments. Correct? So let us write sum of fixed end moments. So I will repeat why sum of fixed end moments, because our two unknowns are rotations, and when unknowns are rotations we have to go for summation of fixed end moments. When our unknowns are linear displacements, we have to go for summation of algebraic summation of reactions. So there are two locations, 1 and 2. So at 1, it means at joint B, we will get PL1. Okay. What will be PL1? MFBA plus MFBC. What is BA? Minus 291 point. No, it is plus 50. MFBA. And MFBC is minus 291.67. So let us see how much is this. So it is minus 241.67 kilonewton meter. And at B, we will get PL2. What will be PL2? PL2 is MFCB. How much is MFCB? Plus 291.67 kilonewton meter. Okay. Next two steps, P1 and P2. So P1 is minus 80 because it is external couple at 1. P2 is 0. There is no external couple at 2. So step number 3 is over. Now we will come to step number 4. What will be step number 4? Remove the external loading. Take your first unknown, make its value unit. Second unknown, make it 0. So step number 4, apply unit rotation at 1. It means at joint B. So first of all, draw the given diagram without external loading and apply unit rotation on 1. So this is fixed because we are making theta C 0 and theta B is 1. So it will be applied here. So now unit clockwise rotation at 1. So we will draw now deformed shape of of the beam. So this will be deformed shape. So this is 1 degree rotation. This is 1 degree rotation, or 1 radian rather, not degree. So because of this, here value will be 4 EI upon L1. Here it will be 4 EI upon L2. This will be half of 4 EI by L1. So it is 2 EI by L1. Here 2 EI by L2. Okay. So our location 1 is here. And location 2 is on fixed end C. So let us show it also. And now find or calculate stiffness values. 1 will be on location 1, so K11. So what will be K11? Moment at 1 due to unit rotation of 1. So what is that? these two stiffness values, 4EI by L1, which is of span AB, plus 4EI by L2, which is of span BC. So 4EI by 8, I value for span AB is 1I, L1 is 8, plus 4E into 2I upon 10. So 4 by 8 is 1 by 2, it means 0.5, and 4 into 2 is 8, 8 by 10 is 0.8. So 0.5 plus 0.8 is 1.3 EI. 1.3 EI. Then K21. See in the diagram, location 2. So it is moment at 2 due to unit rotation of 1. So it is 2EI by L2 for span BC. So again 2E into 4I upon 10. Correct? 2E into 2I upon 10. So it is 0.4 EI. Now we will take our second unknown, theta C, and we will make its value 1. We will apply it here, and as we can see, I have written here the two stiffness values, what are the reactive moments because of unit rotation of 2, and then we will note down two more additional stiffness values from this step. So one of the stiffness matrix elements is K12, which is moment at 1 due to unit rotation of 2. So what is the reactive moment here? 2EI by L2, which is for span BC. So substitute appropriate values here, 2E into 2I upon 10. So it has to be equal to K21, so 0.4 EI. So we are getting a cross check here. Then second element of the matrix will be K22, moment at 2 due to unit rotation of 2. And this is 4EI by L2 for span BC. So how much is this? 4E into 2I upon 10, which is 0.8 EI. Okay. So let us go to our step number 6 now. Okay. Now I will rub this. I think I should keep these two. I just note them here. PL1 is minus 241.67. PL2 plus 291.67. Okay. Now I will rub. So let us now write our stiffness equation. So delta 1 and delta 2, these are the two unknowns. Then inverse of stiffness matrix. So K11 is 1.3 EI, K12 0.4 EI, K21 again 0.4 EI, and K22 is 0.8 EI. So inverse of this 2 by 2 matrix, N2 P1 P2 minus 80 and 0, and then PL1 and PL2. PL1 is minus 241.67, PL2 plus 291.67. So let us now solve this 2 by 2 matrix. So delta 1 and delta 2 are here. Let us first of all find what is the determinant of this matrix. 2 by 2 determinant. How to get? Multiplication of diagonal elements and then subtraction. So 1.3 into 0.8 minus 0.4 square. So answer is 0.88. So this is determinant of the matrix. Then interchange of diagonal elements 0.8 and 1.3. Then reverse the signs of these two elements. So minus 0.4 each. Okay. Then subtraction of matrices, these two, minus 80 minus plus 241.67. So it becomes minus, not minus, plus 161.67 and this will be minus 291.67. Okay. So what will be delta 1? See, 0.8 into 161.67 minus 0.4 into minus 291.67 divided by 0.88 EI. Okay. So let us see the answer. 0.8 into 161.67 minus becomes plus 0.4 into 291.67 upon 0.88. So it is 279.55 upon EI. Okay. And delta 2 is minus 0.4 into 161.67 plus 1.3 into minus 291.67 totally divided by 0.88 EI. Let us calculate this value also. So minus 0.4 into 161.67 minus 1.3 into 291.67 divided by 0.88. So it is minus 502.88 minus 502.88 upon EI. Okay. Now step number 7 is final moments. Okay. So these are our final moments. These moments have been calculated using slope deflection equations. If you don't know how to calculate these moments, please refer my videos on slope deflection method. So these are our moments, and I have shown them here with red color. 19.89 MAB clockwise. Then MBA is again clockwise, 189.78. MBC is anti-clockwise, 269.77. MCB has to be 0 because C is end support and it is a roller support. It is not intermediate like this. So now we will go for calculation of reactions. Yeah. So I will rub this now. So step number 8 is reactions. How to find these reactions? Get the free body diagram of AB. B is internal support, so it is assumed that as fixed. So B is here. Then this 19.89. Then this 189.78, and then this 50 kilonewton central load, and we have to find these reactions RA and another is RB1. So how to get these values of reactions? Simple. Apply conditions of equilibrium one by one. So summation of movement about end A is equal to 0. So minus RB1 into 8 plus 189.78 plus 50 into 4 plus 19.89. This is equal to 0. So calculate RB1 from this. So 189.78 plus 50 into 4 is 200 plus 19.89 divided by 8. So answer is 2526. There is one small mistake, plus 19.89 divided by 8. Sorry, it is 51.20 or 21. 51.21 kilonewton. So summation of Fy is equal to 0. It is going to give us Ra value as 50 minus 51.21. Still it is negative, so So 50 minus 51.21. It is minus 1.21. It means this reaction is downward. Okay, this reaction is downward. Then come to next free body diagram of span BC. Here this is end support, so we will keep it as it is. Then first UDL, and then central point load, and then final moments So MBC is anticlockwise 269.77. Now we will show the unknown reactions and then we will find these two. So summation of moment about B is equal to 0. So minus RC into 10 plus 20 into 5 square by 2 plus 100 into 5 minus 269.77. So what will be RC? Let us calculate. .02 RC is 48.02 kilonewton. So what will be RB2? 100 plus 20 into 10 minus 48.02. This is 100, then 20 into 5 10. So 300 minus 48.21. So it is 251.79. 251.79 kilonewton. So net RB, what will be net RB? RB1 plus RB2. So RB1 is 51.21 plus RB2 is 251.79. So it is 303. Net RB value is 303 kilonewton. So let us show these reactions first in the loading diagram. Then we will go for shear force diagram. So RA downward, how much is that value? 1.21. Then RB upward 303. RC upward 48.02. Now we will draw shear force diagram. I will take these projections first for the ease of drawing these two diagrams, and there will be prominent points also which will be locations of zero shear force. So one by one we will find or draw shear force diagram. So 1.21 is downward here, please remember. Okay, it will be continue up to 50 kilonewton load, then it will be 51.21 kilonewton, it will be up to here. So minus 51.21 plus 303, how much? 251.79, but with plus sign. Yes, so I will try to draw proportionately 251.79. From this, now I will subtract 20 into 5, so 100. So it will be 151.79 . From this minus 100, so 51.79 and again minus 100. So minus 48.21. Okay, so this is 48.21 kilonewton. So this will be approximately the shape of shear force diagram. So locations of zero shear force, there is only one point here. So we will try to identify first of all this point, then we will draw bending moment diagram. So if you say this is x, this will be 5 minus x. So how to get this? Use similarity of these two triangles. These two. So when x is the ordinate, we have value of 51.79, and when 5 minus x is the ordinate, value is 48.21. So take cross multiplication. So 51.79 into 5, it is 258.95. 258.95, yes, minus 51.79x, it is equal to 48.21x. So what will be x? 258.95 divided by 48.21 plus 51.79. So it is 2.59 meter. So we will take movement at 2.959 meter from C. .59 meter. So we shall say moment at x is equal to RC is how much? 48.21 or 02. .21 into 2.59 minus 20 into 2.59 square upon 2. So let us calculate 48.21 into 2.59 minus 20 into 2.59 square by 2. So answer is 121.38. 121.38 kilonewton meter. Rest of the moment values, we know many of the values, only this value we need to know. So again take section here and find out what is moment at let us say this is D. Okay, so MD is minus 1.21 into 4 plus 19.89. Let us see how much is this. 19.89 minus 1.21 into 4. So it is 15.05. 15.05 kilonewton meter. Okay. So here moment value we know. Here we have calculated. Here also it is there. Here also we need to calculate. Okay. So again take section for this pi meter. One more section. How much is this? 5 meter. So we shall say M E. So ME. So 48.21 into 5 minus 20 into 5 square by 2. Let us calculate. 48.21 into 5 minus 8.95 kilonewton meter. Now let us plot all bending moment values. So here is 19.89, it is plus, so we will plot it above the reference line. Then here bending moment at D is 15.05. kilonewton meter. Then here just on left of B it is 189.79, but it is clockwise on right hand side of this section, so it will be minus. Please remember 189.78 here. Just on right hand side we have anti-clockwise 269.77. So it will be, this is here. I'll just show it like this. 189.78. Just on right hand side it is 269.77. Then at this point ME minus 8.95. Here MX value is 121.38 kilonewton meter. Here will be 0. So join now these 3 points. So parabolic variation will be there like this. So this is plus and this is minus. Okay, so this will be our BMD on tension side. A little bit complicated, but not very difficult. So if you are knowing all the concepts of how to do a BMD on tension side, then you will be not making any mistakes. So friends, this was our analysis of two-span continuous beam by stiffness matrix method. If you have any difficulty in understanding, please write in the comment sections. Thank you very much.